Owen Fairclough back with business. He's kind of half back, really, because it's a quiet start to the European trading. London closed for a late summer bank holiday.
Indeed, you've just had a holiday, so you don't get another one. Bank holiday in the UK. That means the FTSE is closed for the day, so it's going to be a fairly muted day's trading, I think, here in in Europe, I should say. But other markets are functioning. You can see they're all slightly down, just off. The CAC 40 here in Paris are around 0.2% off. But remember, many of these European markets, the likes of the DAX, have had double-digit rises over the summer. So, and also a lot of uncertainty in the market. We've got two of the world's biggest central banks yet to decide what they're going to do about stimulus in the autumn. I'm talking about the ECB and the Federal Reserve. Expect some more heavy hints on that, or at least some decisions towards the end of this week. Anyway, let's leave that aside for the moment. Let's just give you the numbers on the Asian markets. The Nikkei, reasonable day's trade, finishing the day around 0.2% up. But you can see there a bit choppy across the rest of the Asian markets there, with the Shanghai composites as well, particularly depressed.
OK, let's pick up on a few more of the day's business headlines for you now. Samsung has lost around $12 billion from its market value after losing a patent battle with rival Apple. Its shares slumped 7% in the first day's trading since it was ordered by a US court to pay Apple $1 billion in damages for infringing iPhone and iPad patents. Samsung says it plans to invest $250 million in research and development.
Global oil prices have jumped after production in the Gulf of Mexico was stopped due to the tropical storm Isaac. US crude rose nearly 1.5% to just over $97 a barrel as the storm heads towards the southern US coast and Florida. BP has confirmed it's closed its Thunder Horse platform, the world's largest offshore oil production facility. Chevron and Shell are also evacuating staff from the region.
And Angela Merkel has warned allies who are urging Greece to exit the euro to weigh their words. The German Chancellor spoke after a regional leader in her government's coalition said Greece should leave the single currency by next year. Merkel said Greece had to regain credibility, having refused a request from the government for more time to pass key reforms as part of a second bailout.
Now, of course, the London Paralympics are in full swing as we speak, but pretty soon the whole Olympic dream in London will be over. That doesn't mean that you can't get your hands on a lasting piece of memorabilia, though. Getting a slice of those London Games is becoming a little bit easier if you've got the cash. That's because a whole new industry is springing up, designed on auctioning off some of the most weird and wonderful items from the Games.
The London 2012 Olympic Games went out with a bang. And now, for those wanting to savour the memory, it's memorabilia that takes centre stage. This warehouse in London is a treasure trove of Olympic goodies, with everything from signed tennis balls to Olympic flags and even costumes from the opening ceremony, all carefully packed away to be shipped off to collectors.
So these are the balls from the match that Tsonga played against Raonic, the Canadian, and so it was a little personally special to me watching the longest Olympic tennis match being played. And so each one of these balls were actually used in that match.
Lockog says money raised from the official sale of merchandise will go back towards covering the hefty cost of hosting the Games, estimated to be around £11 billion. In total, around 20,000 objects are up for grabs, and there's particularly good news for torch bearers. They can take home their own torch for £200, reduced from the set price of £500. Olympic medals may be the privilege of a select few, but Olympic memorabilia means everyone can take home a slice of the Games.
That's Owen with the business news. Thanks for that. Just to mention that story you can see along the bottom of your screen there. We're getting news coming into us from residents of Damascus saying that rebels have shot down a Syrian army helicopter over Damascus. We're also hearing from Syrian state television saying that a helicopter has come down, but not exactly sure the reason for that. Residents saying, according to rebels, but still not being confirmed by Syrian state television. They're just confirming that a helicopter has come down. That's the latest for you. We'll bring you more news, of course, as we get it here on France 24.